Stan, here we are in the man cave on a Sunday afternoon. Thousands of my followers have tuned in to say, Stan, now, I did say in the last video, if you wanted me to do the SMLE video, I'll do it again. I don't know where it's gone. The only thing I can think of is I took it off my channel because my wife goes on and on and on about the stuff I put on my channel, and sometimes it's easier just to say, okay, I'll take it down. She's not really interested in anything that looks like a gun, if you know what I mean. And fair enough, you know, I don't treat it with me to cause trouble, but I decided to put it back on, the video, that is. So, here we are, in a man cave. I am going to be reading from a book, because, this one, I ain't writing all this down. You know, it'd be nice to stand here and pretend I knew what I was talking about, but I don't. I have got some notes, so you'll have to bear with me, alright. And I'll have to put my reading glasses on. I can't see with them on properly. So, Lee Enfield Rifle, SMLE. Short magazine, Lee Enfield. And we have one here. That's mine, which we'll get to in a minute. And now a bit of blurb about it. We are having a nice cold drink today, and it is this. And you're going to go, Stan, drinking on a Sunday afternoon? Aha, but see, 0 Guinness. I saw it advertised on the rugby, and I thought, I'll try it. It's alright. It's alright. Otherwise, you come in here and sit to drink tea. I could drink a couple of cans of that, maybe 3 cans of that, and that'll be me lost. But anyway, so Lee Enfield Rifles. This is just about the SMLE, really. I do have a number 4 rifle. So, mine is a Mark 3, caliber 303, rimmed cartridge. There you go, see? These are obviously inert rounds on a stripper clip. Length is 1.13 meters, 5.57 inches. Weight 8 pounds 10 ounces. Feed system 10 round detachable box magazine, so you push the stripper clips in. System of operation Lee Turnbolt. Manufacturers various British companies including BSA, Enfield, LSA, NRFI and SSA. They were made in India as well, I think, and Australia. Lithgow in Australia. So introduced in 1903, the SMLE number 1 Mark 1 was a new concept in military rifles. Conventional thinking at the time was there was two. You needed 2 rifles. You needed a full length service rifle, and you needed a carbine for troops. The SMLE was brought in as an interim rifle that covered both bases, if you like. The rifle itself was development of the original Lee Enfield Mark 1, first used in 1895, which was in turn derived from the Lee Metford of 1888. This was based on the magazine and bolt mechanism designed by American engineer James Lee and developed at the Royal Small Arms Factory, Enfield Lock, Middlesex, England. The SMLE Mark 1 was not without its problems. After 11 years of development, the SMLE Mark 3 that the troops of the BEF took to France was one of the best service rifles in the world, in any army. It was a fully stocked weapon, fitted to accommodate a long sword bayonet, the 1907 pattern. That thing there, great big thing that it is, which we'll put on the rifle in a minute. Just trying to see what's relevant. You know, just see me reading a load of rubbish out. Oh, not rubbish, you know, just churning it out of a book. The detachable box magazine held 10 rounds, which was twice the capacity of many contemporary rifles. If you think the Germans, theirs was a 5-shot one, even into World War II. There was also a cut-out device that held the rounds in the magazine, while single rounds could be fed into the chamber. I've got one on this one. By hand, this meant that the user had a reserve of 10 rounds of rapid fire when needed, and there is the thing called the Mad Minute, where British soldiers would be able to fire off really quick, so many rounds that the enemy thought they were under machine gun fire. During 1916, it was simplified and became known as the number 1 Mark 3 Star. They took off the volley sights and they took off the magazine cutout. Producing substantial numbers, not just in the UK but Australia and India. Production halted in 1943, 2 years after the introduction of the number 4 rifle. So I think it was made in India after that as well. The Ishapur the Ishapol rifle is slightly different. So anyway, very hard work on the old larynx is talking. I might be able to get away with not having my glasses on for this. So I like doing this bit, and you are going to listen to it because I wrote all this down, and it takes time. It's obviously been a rifle that's been used in many, many wars, and the users, this is the SMLE, probably number 4 as well, Afghanistan, Algeria, Australia, Austria, Bangladesh, Belgium, Belize, Bermuda, Brunei, Botswana, Canada, Cambodia, Central African Republic, Chadian Frulinat, Republic of China, Cyprus, Denmark, Dominion of Newfoundland, Egypt, Ethiopia, Finland, France. Gambia, Nazi Germany, designation Gewehr 281E for English. Ghana, Greece, Guyana, Hong Kong, Hungary, Iceland, British India, India, Indonesia, somewhere I can't read, or Italy, Kingdom of Iraq, Ireland, Israel, Jamaica, Empire of Japan, Jordan, Katanga, Kenya, Latvia, Lesotho, Libya, Luxembourg, halfway there. So obviously all these rifles were captured by enemies like Japan and reused as armies do. Malawi, Malaysia, Malta, Mato Grosso do Sul, don't even know where that is. Myanmar, Namibia, Nepal, Netherlands, New Zealand, Nigeria, Biafra, Norway, Oman, Ottoman Empire, Pakistan, Papua New Guinea, Poland, Portugal, Rhodesia, Rwanda, Sierra Leone, Singapore, Solomon Islands, Somalia, South Africa, South Sudan, South Yemen, Spanish Republic, Sudan, Sri Lanka, Swaziland, Tanzania, Tibet, Thailand, Tonga, Trinidad and Tobago, Turkey, Uganda, United Arab Emirates, UK, USA, Vanuatu, Vietnam with the Viet Minh, South Vietnam, Yemen, Yugoslav partisan, Zambia, and ISIL in 2019, or ISIS, whatever they were called. So, this is mine. It is a deactivated, British deactivated. Actually, I think this might be, yeah, there was an interim period in the deactivation laws. I can't remember when it was, 2016 maybe, where before they went over to dry fire, before the EU spec dry fires were brought in, there was the EU spec with the capacity of dry fire, but it's pinned across the mag, so you can't push the stripper clip in. So there you go. Mine does have the mag cut out, as I mentioned in the. So what you do, you get one of your rounds. I'm not going to put it in, obviously, but that's the mag cut out there. So when it's like that out, you will be able to just use the rifle. Hold it up, stand. You can see it there. You'll be able to hold your magazine would feed it, but it was closed. It covers the mag well, so you could just feed your rounds in one at a time. If you were just taking, the odd shot here and there, and you still have 10 in the mag to, in case of any like hot action coming your way. The stripper clip sits in there in that groove there at the top. See. So I can't push it down, say, because there's a pin across the mag well. And it does dry fire. So the issue with this, there's always something in there with the DX. This was, when I first got it, the safety spring on the safety catch there, when I cocked it, it snapped and shot across the kitchen floor. Now, it's something the way they've deactivated it. I sent it back and they sent me a replacement. And I was able to, with a little bit of filing, just get it, because it's got two little notches in there for safe and fire. And the way they've deactivated, there must have been something. I can't remember how I did it, because it is a few years ago now. But if I filed down a couple of threads off the part of the bolt in there, and so that's sat back in there. But still, if I cock this and put it on safe, it gets a bit confused with itself. So I just leave it in fire all the time. So it is deactivated, obviously, so it doesn't make any difference. I think originally these came with a leather sling originally. Mine hasn't got it. I mean, so mine's a Mark III, 1913 dated, and it has FTR on it, factory through repair. So as far as I'm aware, that means that it has been taken back to the armoury and repaired at some point. Trap there, butt trap for oil bottle and everything. I don't have one in there, actually. I probably should get one. This has the regimental or unit disc on. Now, I don't know whether that's an original one. It does look fairly new. There's no markings on it at all, you can see. I did look on eBay a few times, see if I get a replacement, but I'm not too bothered. So I don't know whether this originally would have had a volley sight, which would have been on here. I think that was for rifle grenades. So you'd be able to, 45 degrees, whatever, then that sort of carry on, something like that, I think. Yeah, but it's nice to be able to own something like this, which is 111 years old now. And the prices of these, I know you can't see on YouTube where you got them and what the prices are, but they have doubled in the last 10 years. They have gone through the roof, and that's to do with the deactivation process, I think, because it costs more to deactivate a rifle nowadays, or a weapon. So yeah, very, use the word again, iconic. It is. The alternatives for somebody, if you wanted to have one for a display, there are two alternatives, because these are pricey now. They are quite expensive. Is a little drink of zero alcohol beer. There's obviously your Denix weapons, replicas. I don't know much about the rifles, because I can't comment. And the other one's an air rifle which fires a steel BB, and I haven't got one, but I've seen them, and the price of them, you may as well save up for a real one. They haven't got this. Something's wrong up here, the way they've done it, and I don't like the look of them at all. So if you do want one of these, I'd say save up and get one. So I think the Indian ones made in India after the war, I think, are a bit cheaper. Again, if you're just using it for display. But a very nice piece of history that does cock and click. Again, and click. So I'll put the bayonet on. I'm not sure of the maker of this bayonet, actually. I think it's Wilkinson's sword. I'd have to put my glasses on, won't I? Can't see. 1907. And I think this is a 1915 dated bayonet. So I did read somewhere before that the Germans, these were heavily used in the Western Desert. You see pictures of the Tommies, the Indian troops, marching forward like that with their bayonets. The Germans complained that they were sort of being outfought. That I did do a video before, if you can cast your mind back. The K98 is roughly the same height as this, but the bayonet only comes up to there. So you're coming against somebody in hand-to-hand fighting, and you're already at a disadvantage with that great big long sword bayonet on the end, which, even though this is a deactivated weapon, it's still a formidable piece of kit in itself, really. I mean, if you were to be in a combat situation and you had no rounds left, you've got the ability to keep the enemy soldier at least, 3-4 feet away from you, and possibly, either get him to go away or kill him with the bayonet, I suppose. This one's got a few little bits of loose woodwork on the top. Now, my number 4 rifle isn't the best deac, and I did have a bit of loose wood, and I managed to pack it out. I'm loath to take this apart. I don't want to start doing anything like that. It's he says 111 years old, but a nice piece of kit to have for the steel stand in the man cave. And what I do sometimes is, obviously I don't leave it in here because it's an expensive piece of kit for a start off. But if I do bring it in here, I hang it up here on my homemade gun hooks. So sometimes you might see me in here, there might be a K98 up there, or there might be a Enfield up there, or a Mosin Nagant. Actually, the Mosin Nagant doesn't sit up there too well. So that was me. That was my SMLE. Do I sound a bit jaded? I do feel it. I had a drink of this cider last night. Woo-wee! Fried my little brain, it did. Anyway, 15 minutes is enough for me on a Sunday. There is some rugby on. Probably about 5 minutes, so this is Stan. I will see you.